Welcome back. This is part 2 of the Unit 14 graded assignment, part 2. So if you have not completed part 1, you need to go back and complete part 1 to create this part of the project. So once you've completed the part 1 video, you are ready to continue on, and we're going to add some more effects here. So in the layers list, you're going to double click background, and we're going to rename this stars, and then hit enter. You want to make sure that the stars layer is selected, and over under the toolbox you want to make sure that the foreground color is set to black. If not, reset your colors. You're then going to select the bucket fill tool, and in the image window you're going to click the white background to turn it black. Now we're going to add a noise filter, and it's going to give us a nice little stars effect. Make sure that your stars layer is selected, and then you're going to click your filters menu, and then you're going to go down to noise and hurl. In the random hurl dialog box, you're going to click randomize to add a check to the box. And in the randomization percent field, you want a number between 1 and 5. So let's drag our slider down, and you can see what's happening in the dialog box with 1. You can see the stars that it kind of looks like right here. So you can play around with anything between 1 and 5. I wouldn't go anything beyond 5. All right. In the repeat field type, you want this to remain 1. The hurl filter will simply just be added once. You'll then click OK, and when the filter is done processing, the sky will be filled with multicolored stars. From here, we're actually going to click the colors menu, and then we're going to click desaturate. And in the desaturate dialog box, we're simply just going to click OK, and it's going to make them a little less colorful. You can see they kind of are just more white now. So that's our first effect. Now we're going to we're going to make it into like the Milky Way. It looks like a cloud of stars. So we're going to click layer, new layer, and we're going to name this layer clouds. You want to make sure that transparency is selected, and then click OK. You want to make sure that your clouds layer is selected. Your foreground color should still be set to black. Click the bucket fill tool, and click the image window just to make it black. The stars will disappear for now, and we'll bring them back in just a second. In the filters menu, we're going to go down to render, and then clouds, and then difference clouds. Okay. In the solid noise dialog box, you're going to click randomize to add a check again. Make sure that turbulent does not have a check next to it. If it does, you want to uncheck it. In the detail field, you want to type 1. The higher the number, the less hazy the clouds look. In the X and Y fields, you want these to be set to 4. You can see mine are set to 4. If yours are not, please change that. And then you're going to click OK. And it's going to add the clouds to the image. So make sure that the clouds layer is selected. And then you're going to click the mode up here, the mode drop-down list, and you're going to click burn. Mode and then burn. And this is going to use the cloud to affect the brightness of the stars behind them. And you can see now that there are a little bit of clouds. Go ahead and take a save break. And we're going to go on to our next little piece of style. Select the clouds layer, And then in the layer menu, we're going to click duplicate layer. This cloud's copy, we're going to then click the mode drop down again, and we're going to click grain merge. Grain merge. Now we're going to click the colors menu and colorize. And here we're going to drag the hue slider to pick a color for this space gas. So you can see mine is really blue. You're going to change this space gas to however you would like it. Oops, my saturation instead of my hue. So the hue will change the color, the saturation will make it more or less colorful, and the lightness to make it brighter or dimmer. So you can play around with this however you want. I'm just going to go like this. So keep dragging these 3 sliders until you have that space gas looking the way you like, and then you're simply going to click OK. So the next step, you're going to select the planet layer, and here we're going to click the Script Foo menu, Layer Effects, Layer Effects, 3rd time's a charm, and then we're going to go to Outer Glow. So in this dialog box, you would like to click the color, click the glow color button. Oops, not colorize. Why do we have that? So we want the Script Foo menu, Layer Effects, and then Outer Glow. We have a dialog box down here at the bottom. I apologize. Okay. Click the glow color button and choose a color for the planet's glow. So the planet's going to start glowing just a hair. A lighter color will typically work a little bit better. I'm going to go with something like this. In the spread field, you want to type 40. In the size field, you want it to be 50. You want to click and drag the opacity slider between 20 and 50. And then we're going to click OK. Actually, we're going to, hold on one second here. Okay, so here we actually need to, we don't want the checks next to the layer knocks out or outer glow or merge with layer. Make sure these are both unchecked. You're then going to click OK, and you're going to see the planet outer glow is almost done processing. You can click cancel here. And what you can do here is now you can select the planet outer glow layer to select it. And then up here at the top, you can click and drag the opacity slider to make this outer glow darker or brighter. Let's see how that happens here. So you can make it really dark and saturated. You obviously want to be able to see it, but change your opacity until you like how it looks. Okay. So if you don't like the outer glow, you want to change the color, you can simply just delete this layer and then repeat the previous steps to create that outer glow. Okay, moving on. Now we're going to create a lens flare effect. So we're going to click layer and then new layer. And here we're going to name this layer flare. going to click OK. You want the flare layer to be above the clouds copy layer. So clouds copy and then flare. You want to make sure that the foreground color is set to black. You're going to use the bucket fill tool again, and you're going to click the image window to fill the flare with black. You're then going to click the filters menu, click light and shadow, and then you're going to click lens flare. In the lens flare dialog box, you're going to click the preview image to place the flare. You can put wherever you want, but you should probably not put it where the planet is down here. So you can kind of just click in wherever you want the flare to be, and you can see how it kind of changes it. I'm going to go ahead and keep mine just in this upper left corner. And then you'll go ahead and click OK. If you don't like how it looks, you can simply undo and then redo your lens flare. Okay. Select the flare layer over in your layers list and click the mode drop-down list, and then you're going to go down to screen. Okay, and what this does is it hides everything except everything on the flare layer except for the lens flare, and then we can see the stars and the gas behind the lens flare. All right, and that is the end of the Unit 14 project. So let's go ahead and save. Now remember, you are only halfway done with your Unit 14 project. You need to create a second pattern, export a second pattern to create a second planet image. So you will complete not just one, but 2 of these planet images. So you'll start the process over, simply go back to part 1 video and just repeat to complete a second image. Now when you're all done, you're going to submit your assignment. So you're going to go to Courses, Image Design and Editing, your Tech 30 course resource file, go to Unit 14, make sure that you have both Planet 1 and Planet 2 complete, your GIMP files. You'll then go ahead and right-click, send to compressed zipped folder, and you have your Unit 14 project ready to submit. So we can go back to the image design class, click on Tools, Assignments. We will scroll down to our Unit 14 project. You can view the rubric. Here is the rubric for the first planet image you create. Here is the second one for your second image. You'll click where it says Add a File, and then you can simply drag in your zipped Unit 14 folder. Once it is 100% loaded, you can then click Add. You will click Submit. I'm not clicking Submit. I don't want to grade my work. And you are finished. Good luck. If you have any questions, let me know.